Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Okay, so now we drive about 50 minutes to the Shirakawa village.
And 65 minutes later, we arrived at the Shirakawa village. We've driven up from Takayama. I can never remember if it's Tokoyama or Takayama. We've driven from Takayama to Shirakawa, which is a mountainous village. There's going to be a view of some kind, and that's where our group photo is, and we're not allowed tripods? What?
This is unexpected.
Yeah, it's quite nice here.
Please come down. First of all, we take group photo, first of all.
So after our group photo, it is time to head on to wherever we're going next. Check it out, it's 1.5 and 90%. So we've driven a little bit down the street. We're in Go Something Yama. I forget, but anyway, we're going to take a tour of the thatched roof house, and here we are at the thatched roof house.
Take off your shoes on the ground.
Meet, let's say, Feather Hat Guy.
Welcome to the house of Murakami.
Sorry, Mr. Bunatami. The Feather Hat Guy talked about the history of his family in the house. Generally, Japan used to farm rice and pay their taxes in rice. But here in the mountains, the climate was different, so most of their income was from farming saltpeter, and they paid their taxes in money. It was kind of weird though. Partway through the Feather Hat Guy's talk, this other guy just wanders in, kneels down, and helps himself to a cup of tea. Then the dancing started. He had a few instruments. The first was made of 2 pieces of wood that he would slide together. The second was this weird strap of wood dominoes that he would hit, and the third was 2 more pieces of wood that he would hit. You get the idea. It may look cheesy through a camera and a screen, but add a bit of smoke and the ambiance of actually being in a centuries-old house in Japan, and it was pretty neat. Everyone seemed pretty interested. Plus, we got free tea. Tea's good?
It's very light.
I don't know what that says, but I assume it's important. The rest of the house had exhibits of all the stuff that they'd used over the years to make saltpeter and various other things. Jeez, this doesn't look sketchy at all.
Stay on the board, not on the carpet, stay on the board. Otherwise, you fall down.
After a ridiculously complicated return to the main floor, we headed out to our next stop. So we've driven like 5 minutes and we're now going to have lunch in the authentic Japanese style. So not only do I get to eat Japanese food that's hopefully not sushi, we also get to sit on the floor. Yay!
It's an experience, and it won't be.
That's what the guide said. Going to lunch somehow involved an elevator and an underground tunnel. Oh, Jesus. There's like a frog here. All right, who's gonna lick it? We wandered into this little village which is straight out of The Legend of Zelda.
Well, okay.
Come on, Wayne, you can do it.
Oh, going on for all posterior.
Posterior, I that too.
Yes, now the rice is ready. Today we have the special rice, cooked rice.
The food was pretty good. Wasn't sushi.
From the mountain. Real natural mushroom. Very good one.
So we're in the village of Gokayama after having finished our lunch and bent our knees all the we get to wander around and look at these houses. They're the same houses as earlier in the old thatched Japanese style. It's me reading. Check it out. Okay, from right to left it says menu, and then milku 400 yen, soba 400 yen, keiki 400 yen, ringo is apple, juice 400 yen. That says ice cream, aisukurimu, and toast for 300 yen. I'm just waiting for like hobbits and a wizard to show up. Like, does that not strike you?
A little bit.
Yeah, like the Shire's through there.
Or a Shinto temple. Shrine.
Or a Shinto shrine.
It's really not funny.
It kind of is. Well, you're laughing. Anyway.
I'm smiling through my pain.
Yes.
And the offense that you cause me by laughing at my pain.
Anyway, we're here to make paper. We started with the obligatory cheesy video.
The exceptional quality of the kozo has made Gokayama washi paper an essential material for repairing national cultural assets.
I'm sure it has. Now, it's our turn to make some. Step 1. Dunk the plate thing in the weird water.
And scoop.
Sorry, scoop.
To the right, left, and the forth, back.
まだもう一度水を汲んで
Twice.
Argue a little bit about where to go next.
あ、3回やって3回
Okay, so we do that 3 times.
Now, the first 9 were up. Bow, shake, repeat, dribble all over the floor, and switch.
Again, second time. Vertical, very important. Vertical. First one, vertical.
Then, the sheiks would go to this station where the woman would water them for some reason. After they were watered, the obviously immigrant worker would dry them in this little magical vacuum thing. Then the local would spread them out on this sheet of aluminum to, I assume, dry. A few minutes and a trip through the gift shop later, we had our paper.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
So after about an hour and a half drive, we're off in Kanazawa. Is that where we are?
This is supposed to be the gold plating place?
Yeah. The gold factory was a bit difficult to film in, but basically they take chunks of gold and turn it into absurdly thin gold leaf, like this stuff. Tea with gold leaf. And?
It's cold green tea.
So we drive for a week, pan for gold for 45 minutes, get nothing, and then you end up getting more gold for free in a Japanese gold leaf shop. Cheers.
So, honey over a pile of butter and parsley.
Those look pretty sketchy.
They're not.
It's not night, we're just in a tunnel. Wow, I don't think this one's ever met a chip she didn't like.
Oh, nice. As suspected, they are.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
That's really naughty.
Yeah, they're pretty terrible. So this might be a little bit out of context in the video, but it's about 9 hours later or so, and we're still retching from the honey butter chip. Oh, hard. Pizza's arriving. Anna still made a really funny face when she thought about the butter chips.
I shudder at a potato chip. This is unheard of.
The previous butter bag isn't even dead yet. And we're looking to try one called consomme.
Which is probably just seasoning.
Yes? Alright.
Yeah.
The day has been saved.
Oh, they're nice. It's like barbecue.
Oh, okay. It's morning in Kanazawa. I probably wouldn't shop here. So after like a 30-second bus ride, we're at the Gardens. Oh, you don't know where we are. Come on.
Kendoken.
Kendoken?
Kendoken.
I too can make up Japanese sounding words.
That's plausible. It's totally plausible.
Got it pretty close. It's the Kenrokuen Garden. We thought it was the Kendoken Gardens, but then that just sounds like a martial arts Barbie doll.
Now we are going around. And then at the end we separate. And then now we go. You know, Kendoken Garden, this garden hire the 6th garden master. Like more than 20 people working just on garden, keep the gardens clean.
We just passed Turtle Island, so named because the little head at the top of or at the end of the island makes it look like bleh.
The rock at the end of the island looks like a turtle head poking out. And the island is his shell body.
Our guy just told us an interesting story. There's a pine tree here with a big hole in it. And the reason there's a hole in it is that at the end of the Second World War, Japan was running low on fuel, so they tried to use pine tree oil for use in planes, and apparently they got them to actually fly, but it was really sketchy, so no one wanted to do it. Sorry, what was that?
These shots were taken moments before a venomous insect flew up into Chris's face and bit him on the cheek. Fortunately, the medics arrived rather swiftly.
All right, it's basically 10 a.m. We're heading back to the bus to our next stop of...
Either the market or something else.
Yes, either the market or not the market. We're mobile today.
Marginally.
We drove across town where we went into another samurai house. This attraction showed what the houses looked like back then and had some artifacts like this bento box and this hockey stick. We went past the shrine, past the food storage pond, past whatever this is, back to our shoes and headed out.
Samurai were initially warriors. They were feudal lords that were fighting for territory, right? And then all of a sudden, there was an emperor who everyone liked, so there was peace, so there was no need to be fighting. They all just wanted to obey him, or her, no, him. And then, so the samurai ended up just working for the government, and that's why it was quiet and stable.
Maybe now I can say the samurai is a kind of the name of the job, occupation, in Edo period. Because before, samurai was a warrior, but under the Tokugawa Shogun government, no war. So the samurai people, they didn't fight anyway.
Right.
And they were kind of the office clerks. So some people working in the Tokugawa Shogun government, but most of the samurai were working in each province under the feudal lord.
So after lunch, we were at the Kanazawa train station boarding our Super Express train, which is not a bullet train, unfortunately. Sorry?
Limited super,
Limited Super?
I think. There's the word limited in it.
There was Express in there too, like Super Limited Express #1 happy train.
But it's not the Shinkansen.
No.
It only goes like 150k an hour.
Anyway, we're off to Kyoto. It's funny, I'm still used to being here from North America, so I'm looking the wrong way down the train track. I'm like, all right, it's coming. And it's coming from that way. This music is hilarious. It's like Zelda's secret music. The pipe music was a little odd. Здравствуйте. You want vodka on trip? We bring vodka.
What does that play? What does that?
Welcome to Kyoto.
I know.
So what an F. I'll do this with the other camera. Stand by. So one of the things that our guide was telling us is that hotels in Japan don't have single beds, or usually don't have single beds, they'll have twins. And if they do, they give the single beds to the single people, whereas the couples get the twins for reasons that I don't remember. And so we asked at the front desk and they said, no, we have single beds, but we just put them together. So we now have like the biggest Franken bed known to man. I can't even get it all in one shot.
This is California king and a half.
Bring back, that's awesome. We're here for a traditional Japanese dinner. There's a Pizza Hut over here. Recognize any of these things?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Fish.
That's a prawn in some sort of gelatinous thing,
Okay.
which looks interesting but creepy.
Yeah.
There's a pumpkin jar with pumpkin in it. I don't know. This is those things that we had in the mountain village. And this is like, I think it might be clay. I think we're going to do some pottery as well.
I'll spare you the rest of the details. The food really wasn't my thing. It was kind of a shame though, because it obviously took a lot of time and effort to make this. Okay, the single best comment to this food?
Alien landscape, the whole thing.
That's
Unidentified.
very appropriate.
Not a single thing.
I'm actually slightly nervous and I eat.
This is a texture nightmare. It's like a culinary Salvador Dali. Everything's just kind of Especially that.
No one. What is this white thing?
Cream or
It's a goma paste, I think.
what's that?
Sweet, sour, salty. Give us one.
Animal, vegetable, mineral.
Oh, all of them.
Oh, and the dinner came with a show. The dancer was a maiko, which is kind of like a younger apprentice-type version of a geisha. This went on for quite some time. I'm gonna chalk this up the same way as the food. Interesting, just not my thing. Fire and meat is here. This was called shabu shabu. They boil the water in this paper coffee filter thing. Then you take the thin slices of beef, dunk them in the boiling water, and enjoy. Our guy came by. Anyone want some more meat? Yes. 2 plus a third.
And you thought you were gonna.
I thought I was gonna go hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please not pour anything, no soup and no soy sauce. Otherwise, when you eat, all the soy sauce drops on your lap.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Just this uniform look of confusion on everyone's face. No, you had the best look of confusion.
I think we're just confused. Like, why are we getting rice now? What kind of dessert? Or is it
Quiet, you.
I don't know exactly. Very often they have the kind of cheesecake.
We're not kids, we're just drunk.
This is 1,500 yen, and if you try the Japanese grapes, this is 380 yen. Try.
That's a grape.
It's a party. Let's get the grapes.
How's the grape?
It's succulent.
No one's ever used that word for grapes.
It's the best grape I've ever had.
Now
I want
try the grapes.
I want a
For
grape.
the skin, if you don't eat.
Wait, what?
What?
Because some
Comes back 4 grapes in. This is for the skin.
I just keep thinking.
Like when you're done, like, this is for the poisonous part of the fish.
ごめんなさい、シャインマスカットは皮ごと食べれるんですけどね、この富士緑の品種の方はね、食べれないんです。
They're much sweeter. They're great. Yeah.
That's true. Those are good grapes.
you know,
This is like a plum.
it live in the like Yamanashi prefecture where they grow the grapes. They eat everything.
That's
Very different.
that's partway to wine.
Very
Yeah.
different. Yeah, it's like a wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It tastes like grape juice.
Yes. Yeah.
This is what.
Did you just valet your shoes?
Yes. Thank you.
I think we all did. Now, Wayne, now you have valet parked your shoes.
Suntory. King of beers. Suntory, king of beers. Oh yeah, I gotta take the hat off.
And take 3. Go for take.
Suntory, king of beers.
And we'll use take
I
3.
have to look at
So we're standing on some road. We just wandered into this kind of mall, and we're trying to figure out what this store is.
I think it makes balls.
Oh, your doll. Because there's a bunch of little booths in here. My brain can't even process what's going on in here. Paint room. We'll just keep walking. I don't understand this.
Like,
That's weird.
Inside the head of a schizophrenic.
We wandered a little bit down this weird mall. There's Kyoto's Owl Forest and the cat restaurant. I assume this is the takeout window. Oh, it's a specifically Bengal cat forest.
Bengal cat, it's the first Bengal cat find in the world.
You would enjoy only looking at their patterns, but having a contact with the friendly cats makes your day even better. So today we are off to see a shrine, a temple, and a something?
yeah.
Yeah. And then lunch. But they didn't allow big cameras in the shrines apparently, so I just left it at home. So you get a video again today? Enjoy. For the life of me, I can't remember what this was, but it was interesting. The monument had a long path of these mini gates up the mountain, but we only had time to go partway up. It was all going fine until I hit my head on the roof. Ow, son of a... I have no idea what these things were for, but they looked cool. Yeah, these weren't built for people like me. Okay, so now we're back on the bus and we're off on a shrine to a temple, right?
Yes.
There we go. We've arrived at the Ojiro temple. We're not allowed to take pictures inside the actual temple, but we can in and around the ground, so here's what you get. The temple's called the Sanju-san Temple, which means the 33, well, the temple I suppose, and it's because there's 33 different pillars holding the place up, and it kind of looks a lot like the Terracotta Warriors. I'll see if I can find some pictures on the internet, but in the inside of it there's just thousands of these sculptures or statues of a giant Buddha in the middle. It's really neat. And it gives it the thumbs up.
Total thumbs up. It's totally worth the visit.
Yeah. Going across town from the north side of town to the Kinkakuji Temple, which I remembered for once, mainly because it was on the side. We were shepherded into the photographing area.
That's really cool.
The Kinkakuji Temple is also known as the Golden Temple, for obvious reasons. Alright, Hurst, we gave your postcard to that person, so if you didn't get it, it's her fault. So it's just some random person at a booth. The booth said post office. A garbage can, holy shit! Oh, it's empty.
Thank you very much for coming to Japan, and thank you very much for choosing Trafalgar Tour. And I hope you enjoy the trip very much, and I hope you will come back again to Japan. And if you think about the next trip, please choose Trafalgar again. We will be very, very happy if we can see you once again. Thank you very much.
Woo! So after about an hour on the train, we're heading to the Instant Ramen Museum in Osaka, and we found probably one of the most hilarious posters we've seen so far. We've discovered other white people, so we'll follow them to the Ramen Museum. Thank you! I was worried there's like a million groups here. Oh, Jesus. No, go, 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 go! We have to book it to the make your own ramen. Otherwise, before we get to before the kids, holy shit. Don't get distracted, go, go, go!
I'm sorry, but these school children are adorable. They all have different colored hats, I think, depending on the school. Like the other day, I saw little red hats. It's a timeline.
My cup of noodles fact, please wait here. No, go, 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 go! You gotta get in before the kids, go, go, go! Hello!
If it's really fun, I'm gonna do another one.
Okay. It's $3. Step one. Oh, right. We gotta push the button, and then now a cup and your change, and then the cup comes out. All right, Anna's done her cup of noodles. Let's see. That's funny.
Noodles.
All right, that's true. I put my name and a very poorly drawn Shinkansen.
I thought it was Godzilla or Caterpillar.
Step 1. Press the noodles into the cup until the bell rings. Step 2. Pick 4 flavorings.
I
don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
Oh, seal the cup. Step 3. They seal the cup. Step 4. It gets shrink wrapped. Step 5, I assume they check it for explosives. And finally, step 6, inflate the weird airbag thing.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi, dozo.
The cup has not changed. At all since 1971. Pork chowder.
Oh, what's behind door number 1? Bowls. Door number 2. Foam. Oh no, that's the. I think this is the process showing that it's hard. It's easier to put the cup upside down on the noodles than it is to put the noodles in the cup. And then door number 3, drawer. Door number 4. That's my size cup of noodles. Oh yeah, it is now time to eat some ramen.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I could eat over here, might as well have some ramen. One does not simply walk into the ramen museum. I got the super big cup of noodles. It's actually exactly the same as what I had last night, just bigger. Yeah. We're done with the noodle museum, now off to Osaka Castle. So after a brief yet somehow confusing ride on the subway, we are off to the Osaka Castle after having the apparently best chocolate ice cream, chocolate soft serve that Anna's ever had.
And I'm just following you around because I have no concept of the subway system and I cannot understand anything because it's not in English.
And we made it to the castle. Yay!
Yay! You did it! I did nothing. Okay, so Osaka Castle Park. There was an original Osaka Castle built by the feudal lord Toyotomi in 1583. He died in 1615, and at that point they burned the castle down. Then it was rebuilt, and then it was destroyed by lightning in 1665. And then in 1931 they reconstructed the main tower. So this is like the third iteration of the castle.
Whatever, it's here now. Hopefully we don't burn it down.
Farts might. Sorry, was that on video?
That was on video, yes.
Well, you just spent 28 minutes in the bathroom.
I did not spend 28 minutes in the bathroom.
I was planning my escape route.
So we've entered the castle, and there's one of two ways to get up. You can either take the elevator, which I didn't fly up, or you can take the stairs. Already made it to the 6th floor, and we skipped 5. Whatever, here we are. This is neat. Got these hilarious, like, I don't know how they do this or what it is here. Just look. There was a lot of interesting stuff in the castle, but we weren't allowed to film it. But the view on the top floor was quite neat.
You are now facing west. The grass area beyond the inner moat is Nishinomaru Garden. It's famous for its cherry blossoms, and in spring, thousands of people come to enjoy the trees in full bloom.
So my camera battery's dead. We're using Anna's camera. We made it to Jotonbori Street District area. Yeah. Prefecture. Let's say it's a prefecture, even though it's not. And it's very Japanese. Do you have 3,000 yen I can borrow?
Yes, I also have your passport, which I wouldn't give back to you. Decided to do a Japanese massage.
I don't know what that is, but that's weird too.
Is it like the Mount Rushmore of Dotonbori Street? I built it, like I need to stick my finger in it now.
Holy gods, this is this? It's crazy.
Yeah, from lights to
Yelling.
people trying to sell you things. Not
Like look at it. Can you even visually process what's happening right here? After a comparatively sedate subway ride home, we called it a day. So we've signed up for a day tour of Hiroshima and Miyajima, is that what it was called? And we're taking the bullet train there, so we're at the bullet train station, we think, and we're just following our guide.
Christ, it's going fast already.
So you have Kyoto and another 3 stations, and fourth one is Hiroshima.
Oh, you need to get your GPS out to see how fast we're going.
Okay.
Golf is moving a lot.
200.
Really disconcerting when you're like, oh, I want to look at the houses, and you're like, whoa, you just keep going.
To Yuko.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your name's Yuko?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Please use 2,700.
So we've driven about 45 minutes from the station. I've just about slammed into a door. And we're now taking the ferry from where we are to where we're going.
Miyajima Island.
Are we still in? Oh, yeah. What she said, from Hiroshima to Miyajima Island.
No!
Hiroshima to Miyajima Island. And Dave Vanny, a guy I know from university, is supposed to be there, so we're going to see if we can meet up with him for lunch.
Oh,
I need to get that on camera.
I'm not saying it.
Quote unquote, I love Japanese food, but I'm done. Look, a deer.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to Itsukushima Shrine all together.
This is her favorite.
We are going through the shopping street,
cats
and on the way, I show you the specialties of Hiroshima, eateries and restaurants. Deep fried bun with curry, inside curry with oysters.
She had me until oysters.
Oh.
What do you think? I saw you eyeing them as you walked by.
Well, I thought they were donuts.
I thought they were donuts too. That's like donut. I'm used to that in Japan though. You're like, oh, this is something, and you're like, oh no, it's fish. I thought it was like beer. I don't know. Miyajima was not lacking in Japanese randomness. This is the mochi-tsuki, the mochi making ceremony.
This is the world's biggest rice spoon. It was cut from one big tree, 270-year-old Keaki japonica.
This is where we meet Vanny too, right?
It's probably the only big
I think it's the only world's biggest Japanese spoon, rice spoon.
There are a pair of guardian lions or guardian ducks. One has its mouth open, says ah, another says ah is the first letter, and is the last one. It means from the beginning to the end. So they are guarding the shrine with their almighty.
So just mirror, does it smell like a farm here? Yeah.
So if you have a wish, bow twice, clap your hands twice, make a wish, and bow again. But barrel is donated by the breweries. The cask is made of Japanese cedar. The sake is very important in Shinto rituals. It's called holy water.
So the shrine just off to our left here specializes in entrance exams. So the kids write the name of the school they want to get into and put it on this little shrine, and nothing happens, but that's how it works. All right, off to meet Vanny and his wife. It still sounds weird.
What?
We haven't really met her, and no one, he didn't tell us he was getting married.
Oh.
So he pulled a reverse Quinn.
Huh.
Yeah, the last time I was here, I had McDonald's pretty much every
Christ.
breakfast.
Stop it. Get out of here. Does it look like I want to give it to you? No, I just want to eat.
Eat it. So we found Vanny. Had lunch. Very confusing lunch, and now we're heading up some steps to... What, you didn't think I told you there'd be steps.
I didn't want to believe you, so I didn't kibosh those ones.
I don't want to go up the steps to get there, so let's find some other way that doesn't involve going higher.
Yeah, it's called a motor. There are things called mechanized stairs. In other words, escalators.
Oh, right. You want a shrine to an escalator to a shrine. We found a temple. It's pretty cool. After the temple, we got back on the boat and started back to Hiroshima. So we're now at the most depressing part of the tour, the Hiroshima part. We've driven across the town from the island ferry, and we're now at the Hiroshima bomb dome, which looks very nuclear bomby.
So the target of the bomb was the bridge over there, but bomb was not dropped on the ground. It exploded high in the sky, which was the most effective way. This is only one preserved, as it was the original building. It was designated as a World Heritage Site in 1996.
It used to be like a place where they promote their products in Hiroshima, so it's like a commercial center. And then when the war started, the government took it over and used it to do stuff, government-y things.
There's a picture there of what the hall looked like before the bombing. Quite different. So the bomb was detonated 600 meters in the air, 160 meters southwest of the memorial. So if you look over there at that parking building, it's more or less where that is. That's the, I don't know, nuclear weapons flame, something like that. It's basically burning, symbolizing that there's still nuclear weapons in the world. I think it's going to burn for a while. Okay, so now the museum is in SFU.
Almost. And this day in Hiroshima wrapped up our visit to Japan, albeit on a somber note. What was most striking was how modern a city it was, rebuilt around the remnants of the bomb dome, a stark reminder of the total destruction the city faced over 70 years ago. 13 days, 11 cities, and over 800 kilometers by rail and bus from Tokyo to Hiroshima. Japan is a country full of culture and tradition, yet modern and technologically advanced, and so random and quirky at the same time. So on that note, we'll leave you with this, a snippet of the first thing we saw on TV in Tokyo our first night.
just the beginning of the randomness.